Welcome to Symposia Soundbites, brought to you by Balchem. I'm Andy Vance with Feedstuffs. We're at the Penn State Dairy Cattle Nutrition Workshops talking about some really interesting topics in dairy cattle nutrition. But joining us is someone who's an expert in human nutrition to help us bridge some interesting connections. Dr. Isis Trujillo with the University of North Carolina. Talk to us about your presentation at this symposia. If you had to describe your talk in less than 60 seconds, what did you tell the attendees?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I'm going to talk about choline. Choline is an essential nutrient, and it's the forgotten nutrient. It's the way that I would like to see it, because we don't know if we are eating enough, and actually the deficiency can lead to many phenotypes in humans: liver disease, cognition problems, muscle damage. So we need to eat choline.
You call it the forgotten nutrient. Why have we forgotten choline and how important it is?
I think it's partially because folate is having so much attention for methylation processes that we forgot about the other side of that pathway, and choline is in that other side. The other reason that I will say is because we cut in our egg consumption. When all these news came about not eating eggs for cholesterol reasons, we stopped eating eggs. And if you eat 2 eggs per day, you are meeting the amount of required choline for a person.
Your background academically is in the field of epigenetics, so let's
That's
pretend
correct.
I'm completely ignorant of the subject. Could you explain epigenetics, what the field of study is all about?
Well, let's say that your DNA and our DNA is a code of only 4 letters, and those 4 letters are not going to change. Your DNA, my DNA, it's the same. What is on top of the DNA covering it and making a gene to express or not, it's what it's called epigenetics. It's what it's not changing the DNA sequence, but making changes in gene expression. What is this? Making a lock with a methyl group, for instance, to avoid expression of a gene or to expose the gene to be expressed.
And I gather that choline has an important role to play in this whole concept of epigenetics.
Yes, choline is also a methyl donor nutrient. What does it mean? Is that from the diet, we are obtaining these little methyl groups that will change the expression of our genes. So basically, the amount of choline that you eat can dictate health and disease.
So taking this concept of epigenetics and choline, let's apply it to motherhood. And what does the concept of gene expression and epigenetics mean for pregnant mothers and expression in their offspring?
That's really interesting, and actually that is what I've been doing in the last 4 years. In humans, it's known that pregnant women are not eating enough choline, and we have data for that. What is the impact? We need to use a model, and for that we're using a mouse model. So we have pregnant mouse that we modify the diet, we remove choline from the diet, and then we see the effects on the offspring. And what we have observed is that low choline pups have different brain development, and they have cognition problems. This memory that makes you remember where your car is in an airport, that's what choline does. And if your mom didn't eat enough choline, probably you won't find your car in an airport.
Pretty important topic. Thank you for explaining some of the intricacies behind a big and developing subject. Dr. Isis Trujillo, one of our guests at the Penn State Dairy Cattle Nutrition Workshops, the pre-conference symposium hosted by Balchem. From Feedstuffs, I'm Andy Vance. Have a great day.